Paramount Plus just released a minute-long clip for the upcoming movie Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Some of you may have heard of it. Hello everyone, I'm OC Blue, and in this video, we're going to be discussing that clip. But before we get into that, I just want to let you know that everything we do on this channel is Sonic related, whether it's Let's Plays or walkthroughs, talking about the upcoming Sonic movie, upcoming Sonic video games. All we do is talk Sonic, so if that is something that seems like your speed, please consider checking out some other videos and seeing if you like it here, and if you do, consider subscribing. It's absolutely free, and you can change your mind at any time. With that being said, here are my thoughts for the Sonic Movie 3 clip that released earlier today. I'm not going to show the clip in question because I don't want to get copyright claims, so I definitely recommend you go ahead and check it out first before listening into this video. Essentially, the clip is an extended scene from what we've seen in the trailers so far, and by extended I mean they just played out more of the scene that we only got a snippet of in previous trailers, and it's the part where Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails face off against Shadow, which I think is the first time, and they get their butts absolutely kicked. Knuckles rushes in, then Shadow goes after Tails and Sonic, so we get a more fleshed out version of how that scene plays out. And I personally, I liked it, but I think it was too short. I get that they just want to give you a little bit of a tease for what's to come, but I do think if they showed off like 15 to 20 more seconds of whatever the scene was going to be, it would have helped kind of set the tone for what this movie is going to be. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of jokes and clips within this 1 minute something second clip. Like, it is just non-stop. Hey, why does this guy look like me? I don't look like you. You totally look like me. No, you look like me. And I think that was their like tongue-in-cheek way of doing that classic cutscene from Sonic Adventure 2. I found you, faker. Faker. You're comparing yourself to me? Ha, you're not even good enough to be mine. I'll make you eat those words. Like, I know that was cringe that I just did that, but I think that was their take of it, and I think it was far weaker than even what Sonic Generations, or sorry, Shadow Generations did in the most recent game, where they kind of did a version of that interaction with Sonic and Shadow.
I found you, Shadow!
The Blue Hedgehog, of all places.
Now, just because I didn't particularly like that part doesn't mean that I'm already against this movie, or I think it's going to be bad. And you might think, oh, you're kind of a hypocrite, because in your last video you were saying how it's fine that the movies aren't one-to-one with the games, and how people, and specifically the Sonic fans, were being babies when they were saying that the movie's going to be too goofy and not serious enough, not too much like the games. And you just complain that they didn't do a scene like they did in the games. I get that, and yes, I am a hypocrite, but that is a very like iconic scene, and if you're going to adapt it, I would at least like it to be a little bit more than what they did. But that doesn't mean like, oh, like now the movie's going to be bad, or oh, like now it's not one for one, I take back everything I said prior. First off, let's talk about the visuals. The visuals look amazing, and they keep getting better and better with each Sonic movie. I really like the lighting and the setting for this scene, because you have these very vibrant colors of blue, yellow, and red being Team Sonic, contrasted with, of course, Shadow being black and red mostly, but then you have this very like neon but still darker colored city, which I believe is Westopolis. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's supposed to emulate Westopolis from the Shadow the Hedgehog games, and I just think they all really contrast each other in really good ways for setting it. And then the CG just looks really great. The choreography is amazing when Shadow is like teleporting using Chaos Control to fight Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails. He's blooping around. What was really funny was added to the scene that we didn't see in previous trailers was that when Shadow attacks Knuckles, he's like ping-ponging him in the air, which was really funny to see. And it was just like that physical comedy that I really liked. So there are things that I liked about this scene. I just felt so short. I think if we had a little bit more build-up to them fighting Shadow and then got the rest of that fight, it would have been great. But, I mean, it still looks incredible, and I'm very excited to see how this movie turns out. For those of you that are unaware, there are already some reviews out there, some first reactions to people that got to see the movie early. And if you're going to look out for those, just be careful. Some of them do contain spoilers. I'm not going to say the spoilers, and I haven't seen them, and I don't want to see them in the comment section. If I see them in the comment section, I'm just going to delete them the best I can. But apparently there's a post-credit scene and a mid-credit scene that are really, really hype. I don't know what they are, but just be careful if you're looking for, what these reviews are saying. Some of them might be spoiler, and I just don't want you to have that ruined for you. But a lot of people are liking the movie. They're saying they're balancing the tone really well. It's funny, it's cute, but at the same time, there's serious moments, and people were saying they were crying in the theater. All of them, even the negative reviews, were saying Keanu Reeves kills it as Shadow, and Shadow is a very cool, edgy character in the best ways possible. Even the bad reviews were saying that, so that's like a constant, which is great to hear. I was very, very curious on how they would handle the movie adaptation of Shadow, and it seems like he's going to be definitely very similar to the video game version of himself, which, is very stoic, very, grunty, and then that backstory, which a lot of people mentioned, is in the movie, which is exciting. They probably will change some stuff, and that's okay. Now, some of the negative reviews were the movie was too silly and too childish, and like I said in my previous video, this movie is made for kids, so going in and making a negative comment like that, I get it, everyone has a right to their own opinion, art is subjective, what have you, but it's not meant for the 20, 30-year-old person that's reviewing the movie. It's meant for little Timmy that's 12 or little Susie that's 7, right? Those are the target audience, and then it's just a extra little bonus for the adults that get to see Shadow finally on the big screen along with their favorite Sonic characters. So I think if the jokes are really cringe, once I see the movie, I'll let you know. If the jokes are really cringe that even kids in the theater aren't laughing, that's different. But that metric is kind of hard to measure. But besides that, everything seems really good, and I'm very excited for when this movie comes out in a couple of weeks. But I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions. What did you think of the Sonic Movie 3 clip that was released recently? And are you excited for this movie? Does it make you even more excited? Does it make you less excited? What things have you heard that aren't spoiler related? Do you think I'm right with my assessment and opinions, I guess? And that's going to be it. I hope you have a super Sonic rest of your day. See ya.